This is PB. As you can tell, she's in the middle of it. I came out earlier today and saw that she had started. And we're probably about 3 hours after I first noticed. And she's in active labor as of about maybe 10 minutes ago. She's not very happy. Poor girl. Her water has already broke, and yep, hopefully they come sooner rather than later for her sake. She's a good girl. She's not our favorite, but she is a good goat. When she was younger, we didn't have a whole lot of time to socialize her, so she's a little bit standoffish and not very happy. And I'll try not to make the video shake too much, but in the next stall over here is Maui, and he is the father of babies being born. And he's right there at the edge of the stall going, what is happening? Either that or, hey baby. And probably a little bit of both. She's not huge. Some of the goats we've had recently have been really big. Some of the mommas. And let's see, last fall we had 2. Earlier this spring, I think January, February, I think we had 6. We had a mom with 3 and another mom with 3, and both of those moms were pretty big. Of those babies, we had the spring or early this year babies, the February ones. There was 6 babies, 5 boys, 1 girl. And then a little while ago, I don't know, maybe a month ago, we had another mama give birth. It was Brownie. Brownie's my favorite. She's a really cute, sweet goat. She had 2 little babies. Looks like we are getting close. It's getting close. You can start seeing pieces of baby. Oh, looks like feet coming. Yeah, poor mama.
After giving Mama some time to do it on her own, the decision was made that the baby wasn't coming like it should. So he decided to go in and help. Both of the front feet and the head were coming out at the same time, and it just wasn't progressing. So he goes in and he's gently pulling the legs of the baby and then stretching the mom a little bit at the top so he can get the head to pop through, and then the baby comes sliding out. Now he's clearing the mouth of the mucus so the baby can breathe, and you gently swing the baby with his head down to empty the mucus that's in his mouth and down his throat.
Eyes open, little blue eyes already. Oh, poor little baby. Welcome to the world. Poor mama. I wonder if she's got any more. Baby's breathing. Yeah, there comes a sack.
Don't know if she's got another one in there or not. I kinda want to say no. She's just not that big.
but we will know. Sorry, there's the baby. Doing good. Cute baby. Looks like a little black and white one. I'm gonna say it's... With Maui, we've been getting a lot of color. This one looks to be black and white. Not so much brown. It's hard to tell though. As they dry out and fluff up a little bit, seems like a little bit more of their color comes up, but it is pretty dark. Don't know what it is yet. Haven't looked. I'll let Mama have her time and bond. She's bonding. She's a cute baby. All of the babies are cute though. I was irrigating this morning when I came out and noticed that PB was working on it. Had to get somebody to go shut off the water. It was just about to be switched to a different station when she started in active labor. So hopefully the water's off. Hopefully. Yep, it's off. It is off. Kind of have a feeling she doesn't have any more babies in there. Well, who knows? We had one earlier this year, the February one. It was crazy cold. I think we were about 15 degrees. And as they were being born, she was sitting there catching them and holding, and had one in each hand, trying to keep them warm, trying to dry them off. And I went and started getting a heater set up in the barn. And she screamed and yelled at me and told me that there was a third one on the way out and she was out of hands. So I had to run back and catch the third and dry it off and get them moved into the barn. And yeah, actually we had a mama give birth 2 days before that, and she was in the trailer keeping them warm. So we had to move that one, the one that were 2-day-olds, into the barn with the heater. And then we moved the second batch into the trailer because we had a trailer in there with a heater to keep them warm. It was a kind of a rough couple days. It was cold. It was cold, and mamas were cold and babies were cold. Oh, maybe she was about, I don't know, it's about, probably about 68, 70 degrees at the moment, so much nicer. Cute baby. They're so fun. Baby goats are awesome. Looks like a little bit of, I don't know, I was going to say a little bit of brown on her back, but maybe not. It's amazing that she's 5 minutes old and already starting to move and try to stand up. She'll be standing up in 10 minutes. Hopefully. What have we got? Looks like it might be a little boy. Yep, a little boy. That's all we need, another boy. We've had so many boys this year. We have what? 5, 6, 7. We've had 7 boys this year. 7 boys and 2 girls. Sometimes to get the milk flowing, I know we have to help, Yeah, what did they ever do before we were around to help them? But sometimes it makes it easier for the baby if you get it started. Kind of makes you feel better when they latch on to mama and know that they know where it's at and know where the groceries are at. Baby! Cute baby. I have a feeling that's her only one. She doesn't seem very excited about pushing anything else out. But who knows? I was gonna say this would be the first mama this year that's only had one baby. If this is a single, it's the first single we've had in quite a while. Quite a while. Oh, I'm trying to stand up. It's amazing how fast they stand up. I don't know if it's quiet enough in here for you guys to hear, but the sounds that the mamas make and the babies is just really sweet, really cute. And they just go back and forth. Even when they're out in the yard and out running around, mamas will make that sound and babies will know where mama is. It's pretty cute. That's how she keeps track of babies. Oh, trying again. Trying again. Back legs are up. He's like, it would be easier if you didn't make this harder, Mom. Didn't keep knocking me down. That's funny. I don't know if you can tell from the video. I'll zoom in a minute or two, but he's got a white stripe right down his forehead, like the middle of his head. It's almost like he's got a little white mohawk. It's kind of a little tuft of hair. That's pretty funny. I'll see if I can zoom in a little bit. Not so much. And it comes down towards his nose and then flares out. That's pretty hilarious. Oh, bubbies. You're cute. Oh, going for it again. Mom's gonna help him stay up. Tuck to the butt, Mom. Ooh. Butt's up again. Oh, on the knees. On the knees, and oh, we are up and then down. Say, Mom, quit. Looks like she's chewing back that umbilical. We'll chew it back closer to the baby's body. I think when she first started, it was probably about 10 inches long. And I think we're down to probably, I don't know, probably 4 or 5. And yeah. And by the time she's done here watching and then her washing the baby in the next 10 minutes, it'll be about 3 inches long if she does what the other ones have done this year. Just sit there and lick it and chew it off. It seems like it hangs on for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, 5 weeks afterwards before it finally dries off all the way and falls off. Seems like the latest set of babies that are outside, the little boy and little girl, seems like theirs are finally gone. Oh, going for it again. Going for it again. Yeah, I want to say I don't think I've seen any more contractions or really good ones from PB. Kind of makes me wonder if we got a single. I was going to say the last couple we would have been, another one would have been coming out by this point. Baby! Going for it again. And hard part's getting the front legs up, as you can see. Oh, and we're all twisted up again. Oh, we'll try a different method. Get the front legs up and then bring the hind end up. If nothing else, just to get away from Mom and that incessant licking. Oh, 3 out of 4. And the baby's up! Yeah! And down. So we're probably at about 15 minutes. 15 minutes and the baby stood for the first time. I think it only took me like 11 months, 12 months. That's not bad. Cute, cute mama. Good mama. I'm glad it's warmer. We had to check on the baby so often when it was 15 degrees. I'd wake up in the middle of the night at 3 o'clock and get curious how the babies were doing and walk out in the middle of the night to make sure they were all close enough to the heater and staying warm, and that nothing has happened. It's like this weather is awesome. It makes life so much easier. Cute baby. Oh, up again. Up again. One more. And oh, up and down. Yeah, they're pretty cute. They're pretty amazing. You'll come back out in 2 or 3 hours and that baby will be walking around and even trying to jump. It's crazy. It's crazy how fast. It's crazy how fast their bounce comes out. Looks like he has a little bit of brown by the tip of his nose, maybe some on his back, and then some by his butt. And just the black and white everywhere. Yeah, I think it's a single. I want to say I think at this point she would have been trying to push out another one. Looks it might be the afterbirth coming out, and placenta will come out all the way in the next little while. Normally they eat a good chunk of it. Sounds gross. Sorry, tune this part out if you don't want to hear it. But normally they'll eat a good chunk of it. I think we've had one goat in the last year that ate it all. And then, yeah, most of them will eat part of it. I don't know whether they need the nutrients or trying to clean up and make a more sterile environment. But that's what they do. Wow, he's getting good. Up and moving. Yep, if she gets up, he'll try and nurse. It is in him that quick. Oh, cute. He's doing good. Yep. Yep. And then placenta comes when it comes out, and she takes care of it. It's like whatever's left after about 12 hours, I'll chuck the rest of it. Just clean it up and get rid of it. And then she'll bleed off and on for about the next 5 to 7 days. Yep. Yep. Mamas are cute. Got some cute goats. Got some that are pain in the butts too, but yeah. Goats are mischievous. Yep. They are pretty cute. It's kind of fun watching when the difference between like the first litter of goats we get, the first kids that are born, and how they develop. And then when you have a second litter afterwards, and you have the second litter trying to keep up with the first one, they develop so much faster and learn to bounce and run and everything, get in trouble. I guess it's like a second kid. Second kid is a little bit faster at learning everything for the most part, usually. Yep.
Yep. Faster to get in trouble. Yep. They are cute. Let's see if I can get some closer pictures of them. He's pretty cute. They're pretty cute at this point. They're pretty cute at all the points. Baby's trying to nurse. Sorry, no nipples on the neck. Yep, if mama would get up and move, that baby would get in the right direction. It's kind of a nice relief when the baby latches on for the first time, figures it out. First time, second time, third time. Yep, once they figure it out and it's a regular thing. Yep, makes you feel a lot better when you know they're okay and gonna make it. We had a baby born this year, earlier, February. It was, we call him Eeyore. He came out bad. He came out with the leg out. Had to put him back in, turn him around, brought him back out. He had muscle damage on the back of his neck and he couldn't lift his head up. And so to get him to nurse, you had to force him to his knees or force him to lay down. And then you had to hold his head up. And you had to hook him on. And it was so sad. He would sit there and whimper and cry as he was nursing. And I think probably 8 or 9, 10 times a day, I would go out the first 2 or 3 days to get him to latch on and force him down and force him on and then listen to him cry. Yep. And then after about day 3 or 4, the muscles got okay and he could nurse on his own. He started, the muscle pain or neurological damage kind of eased and he figured out that lifting his head up thing. The 2 other babies that were in the litter nursed fine, but he didn't. Yep, and then a week later, you would never know that he had an issue with him. So we got lucky with him. He was way cute, way pretty little baby. Yep, and we called him Eeyore. Kind of reminded us of Eeyore, kind of head down all the time, and seemed like he was not very good. Yep, but he's a cute baby. Yeah, it's amazing how stable they are at this point. And it's just, we're at, where are we at? Probably about 20 minutes. And that baby is that sturdy and stable and moving. Yeah, pretty amazing. Yeah, I don't think she's got another one. They normally come faster than this. Hey, little boy. So cute. Looks like he's got a little brown on his tail. Black on the tip, brown around his butt. Stripe of brown on his tail, a little bit of brown on his nose, couple ears, edge of ears that looks like there's some brown. Yeah, cute baby. I think mama is, she's about 1.5 years old. 1 year and 9 months. Maybe 2. Don't know. Too many goats to keep track of. Trying to nurse. Mom is just not cooperating. babies. Cute little babies. Oh, it's good to get them to nurse in that first little while. Get that colostrum in there. Colostrum. Seem that I don't know if there's milk in it in the beginning or if it's just the first. Who knows how long? Sorry, I'm not a walking Google. Yeah, but there's colostrum in the first milk for a while. And it gives the babies lots of nutrients and lots of things that are good for it. Whoa! Sorry about that. Earthquake. Nice bird.